we have a new early access to take a look at. The last spell has blessed us with a new release. The Perks overhaul is happening right now, and I am very excited to dive in. I'm tempted to go back to Lakeberg just to mix things up, since we've been doing so much Glenwald. Do I want to do movement points? I kind of want to do non-movement points just so we can learn what's going on. So let's go for Apocalypse 4 on Lakeberg. It's the first time we've done Lakeberg in a while. So our characters are going to look quite a bit different than they have historically, and we're going to spend some time staring at them. Oh, it's a whole new world here. Let's see. So we have, looks like we got a hammer for our melee. We got a long bow for a ranged character. And now on the perks tab, we have a grid of 40 items that we're going to spend a little bit of time taking a look at right now. So fatality is the same, but now scales based on your level. Mana growth, +2 mana for each level of the hero. So this seems like this is the caster column, the melee column, and the range column. So I assume these probably all stick around, but maybe all of them stick around. So we'll have to kind of see as we go. But so mana growth looks like some mana scaling. Maybe we should go down the columns though. So melee gives us fatality. Then spiky skin. Whenever a hero is hit, automatically cast spiky skin on the attacker with a base damage equal to 20% of the hero's max health. Okay, that might be interesting for building a high health. Relentless seems to have changed. Whenever a hero has 3 or less movement points and attacks in melee range, restore movement points. Okay, so it becomes more of a mobility perk. Head on. Every 4 tiles traveled, the next attack gains 15 physical damage and cannot be blocked. This modifier does not stack. And then Berserk. Now, I assume some of these are going to be random for each character, but whenever the hero is hit, then gain 3 damage. So that's the melee, but let's take a look at our second character. Yeah, so our second character has different things in their melee columns. So this time we have Fatality, we have Bodybuilder for every 35 current health after 120, plus 3% physical damage. Okay. Vampire seems to remain the same no matter what. Organic Armor. 50% of healing received. So increase healing received by 50%. All of the hero's armor is transformed into health. Oh, interesting. And then boom. Whenever a unit is killed in melee range, the overkill damage is transferred to all adjacent units. Boom seems very boom-tastic. And then we have Fatality, Bodybuilder, Vampire, Head-On, and Berserk. So now we've seen all of the melee perks. Let's check out our caster perks. So we have increased mana pool. And now does this one... So this requires a perk point to be spent, but it doesn't look like these are trees. So we can, I think, skip this one. So then we have Explosive Atoms. When attacking with a mana-consuming skill, the attack gets 10% critical. Seems good. Thrifty, every 10 action points spent, the next mana-consuming skill gets halved, rounded down. Critical Runes, every 10% of missing mana, you gain crit power. And then Sheer Power, magic damage now triggers 100% of the target's resistance. Now ignores 100%. Okay. So then we have mana growth again. So mana growth is +2 mana. So it's just increasing mana. So magic fuel looks like it's been reworked. Damage is increased by 20% of the hero's current mana. Okay. Thrifty we've seen. Critical Runes we've seen. And then Mana Collector. Whenever a critical hit is landed, restore 1 mana. That's slightly different than it used to be, I think. And then we have mana growth, explosive atoms. We have blink, unlocks the blink skill, and mana collector. Okay, so we haven't seen much of the caster tree, but let's look at the ranged. I don't know if tree is the right term for that, but when a unit dodges an attack from this hero, the next attack gets plus 10 accuracy. Every 3 units dodging an attack from the hero restores 1 action point. Oh, so if you get a lot of dodges, I wonder if those are 3 at the same time or concurrently. That's interesting. Every 4th enemy killed, next skill gets vision. Ooh, third eye seems very strong. Shorter weapons increase accuracy, increase dodge at the cost of skill range. We haven't seen a lot of things that cost skill range. Proximity shot. When attacking with a skill dealing ranged damage, the attack gets 24% damage, decreased by 4% for each tile of distance from the hero. So this basically makes close range ranged characters very strong. And then weakness finder. Isolation is increased by 75% of the hero's reliability. Opportunism is increased by 75% of the hero's accuracy. Got it. Okay. Interesting. We've already seen Perseverance, Third Eye, longer weapons, plus 2 skill range. Proximity shots and Weakness Finder. And then last but not least, Third Eye, longer weapons, Proximity Shot, and Weakness Finder. So we saw very little of that tree. Now this one looks like the Poison Tree. It's kind of curious that there is such a thing. When applying poison to a unit currently poisoned, also apply stun 40% of the time for 1 turn. I like that. At the end of a hero's turn, apply 20 poison to all enemies within 3 range. So poison has got a big buff. Toxic Leech. Whenever a unit takes poison damage within 6 tiles, restore 2 health. Epidemic. Applying poison to a unit also implies contagion. Contagion, when a unit afflicted with contagion dies, all their negative alterations, stun, poison, debuff, and contagion, are also applied to random adjacent units. Ooh, I like that. And then potent toxins, plus 75% poison damage. Any poison applied by the hero has a decreased duration. So that's a bit of a trade-off. I think it's very... Oh, I see. So you have the poison tree, but this person has the stun tree, it looks like, or the debuff tree. I guess that's what this downward arrow is. Oh, so wait, are these always the same then? No. So even the categories are different, it appears. Interesting. Okay, so we have stunning. We have contamination. When attacking with a single target skill, the attacker gets 1 contagion. Okay, we know what contagion does. That could be very interesting. Sadist. Whenever a negative alteration, debuff, poison, stun, or contagion is applied by the hero, gain opportunism for 2 turns. Bully. When targeting a unit affected by 2 different types of negative alteration, the attack gets a guaranteed critical hit, but minus 20% damage. And then Hex appears to be the same as it used to be. Okay. Yeah, Bear, I'm very excited about the way that this is going. So it seems to me, just from looking at it at the beginning, it seems like we always have a melee, caster, and ranged column. Then we have 2 sort of grab bag columns. They can be poison, they can be debuffing, they can be whatever this one is. And then we have these ones, which may always be fixed, but we haven't gotten there yet. I'm just reading at the moment. We have another poison column here, so I want to kind of look at this. We've seen septic shock, we've seen poisonous, we've seen toxic leech, we've seen epidemic, and we've seen potent toxins. So this one was the same as last time. I wish that there was a tooltip for what these are kind of like named. So this one looks like the dagger one. So I'm assuming we're going to get like some isolation types of things. So cherry picking, when a target when targeting an isolated unit, the attack gets 40% reliability. First Blood looks unchanged. Duelist. Whenever an isolated unit is killed, gain 4% damage. Hitting a non-isolated enemy resets this bonus. Whoa. Duelist strikes me as something that if you were really careful with it, could be, like, broken strong. Critical Mastery. Plus 20% critical power. Every 12 units killed, plus 15% critical power. Modify resets every morning. Okay, so this is kind of like a get going. And then Legendary Assassin. Every 3 isolated units killed, gain an action point. I like the looks of that. Okay. And then we have Poisonous again, and the Poisonous was the same for all of the times that we got it. And the debuff tree also doesn't seem to change. So these two may be fixed in the way that they present, unlike the melee ranged and caster trees that are slightly different. But now we're on to the bag trees. I don't know how we want to refer to these. Coagulation. Armor is increased by 25% of the daily health regen. That's as normal as it gets. Are these the same for everybody? Oh, these are not the same for everybody. Okay. So maybe we'll do tier 1, tier 2, and then tier 3. So Mana Shield. Whenever the hero casts a skill, increase block for 2 turns, where X is half the skill's mana cost. So for a tanky caster, that could be very interesting. One question that this immediately makes me wonder, though, is it the discounted mana cost or the full mana cost before discounts? Although I guess we haven't seen Thrifty. I think Thrifty is gone now. Or Thrifty has changed. Yeah, now it halves. So is this going to half and then this will half again? We don't know. Leapfrog. -1 movement point cost, +1 range, can also target enemies. Jump over. Okay, that's pretty standard. We have Cheer, which is a 10% damage bonus increase. We have Leapfrog, and then we have Potion Throw. We have Mana Shield, we have Coagulation, we have Cheer. Okay, so that was tier 1. Tier 2, we have Nimble. As long as the hero isn't wounded, dodge and move speed. That seems like a win more type of thing. Flexibility. When attacking with a damage type that differs from the previous one, the attack gets 15% damage. That's interesting. I like the idea of pushing people in a hybrid direction. I also like the idea of the fact that we can build a bit more hybrid. That's cool. I like flexibility. So Overload, +1 bag equipment, +1 uses per night of consumables. I could see us making... I hope that they get to a point where potion wielders can be viable. And I'm saying they're not viable, but that's arguable. Ooh, Avid Learner makes a return as a tier 2. So we're not going to have a guaranteed take on our first one, which is interesting. We're not always going to have Avid Learner, which is also interesting. Half of whatever you're paying is a little disappointing, Bear, because I feel like it's going to be really hard to build up a lot of block that way. Okay, Runic Gift, +1 trinket slot. For each trinket equipped, +2 mana per item level. Okay, so that's a big way to get some mana, potentially. Quantity over quality. More bounces, less propagation damage. Every 8 enemies killed by propagation, less bounces, more damage. These modifiers... Okay, so early on, you're targeting a lot of things, and later on, you're doing more damage. Quantity versus quality is interesting. Blood Magic. Skills now cost health instead of mana, 3 times the original cost. All of the heroes' mana is transformed into daily health. All of their mana is transformed into daily health regen. Do they mean mana regen, not mana? That might be a typo. But Blood Magic is very interesting, especially if it works with Mana Shield. I think then you're getting 3x the mana costs. coming out of your health, but it might not work at all. That's something we'll have to test. Lone Wolf, as long as there are no other heroes within range 5, gain 5 damage. As long as there are no within 10, gain 10 damage. Okay, so it scales a bit now. As long as the hero didn't kill anything this turn, +2 multi-hits, minus 10% damage. Does that mean that the minus 10% damage also goes away once you kill something? It's an interesting question. And then we've already seen Blood Magic. Runic Gift, Blood Magic, Lone Wolf. Okay, so on to the next one. Inertia. Whenever a skill using momentum effect is cast, restore 2 movement points. Inertia seems good. Specialist. Disable a second weapon set in exchange for +30 damage and +1 use on every skill provided. So Specialist is not changed, except I think the damage multiplier is increased. And then Quick Reload unlocks the Quick Reload skill, allowing some blank to restore 1 use to all skills of the current weapon. So this just enables us to have 1 more use on everything, and it's 3 uses per night. Okay, Quick Reload seems good. Volatile Reaction, love to see that. Inertia we've seen, Specialist we've seen. Specialist, Inertia, Volatile Reaction. Okay, we're on to the top tier. Don't Panic, Accuracy and Damage. Don't Panic, I feel like it comes too late. Night Owl, as per usual, seems very strong. And then Blessing, any buff applies to the hero has an increased duration. I could see that being really good with this new system. Big Game Hunter. When targeting an enemy with 300 or more max health, the attacker gets 15% of the target's max health as bonus damage. I'm not sure how good that is, but cool. Don't Panic, Blessing. Don't Panic, Big Game Hunter, and Night Owl. Cool. Okay. So we just saw a lot of the perks. I won't say all, but a lot. As per usual, we start out with a whole lot of nothing going on. I did switch it up for Lakeberg Bear just to mix things up a little bit. But let's see what the fun's all about here. Oh, I didn't mix up equipment. Dang. I also did a bad job of positioning our melee. So I'm going to try and get some... Yeah, it's been a long time since I played this one. I guess we'll move here. I really don't like that I put myself in a bad position right off the get-go. I'm going to give you dodge, since I think things are going to be coming. Now, unfortunately... Yeah, we don't have much we can do here, but I don't think anybody's moving too far, so... But I definitely wish that I had swapped in a actually proper defensive item here. And then I think that looks good. Now I think we'll spend some mana here. Oh yeah, let's not spend some mana there though. I just about poisoned my my own character right off the bat. You hate to see it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't get that one. We can, if we move back 1, we get these. So I think I'm gonna do a second bees here. Oh, the big dodge. All right. There we go. So these three are toasted. This guy's isolated. The longbow never feels good as a starting weapon. What? 5%? Hello? Okay, that looks good enough. Hit you with the dodge again. These three are all roasted, so... Need to be a little careful with the mana, but... I need to remember how to play. I'm kind of using our hammer bro as our kind of vision-based scout. I can't believe that. So okay, so isolation has changed. So this has a 1.25% isolation. Because it's not doing that much damage. The fact that I'm not one-shotting here is more than a little disappointing. Let's see. So if I move to here, can I still retreat? Yeah, I can still retreat. Wow, we really can't see this one from here. That feels bad. But let's see if we can get this guy. Yeah. Jeez. I guess I'm going to clean up with patience. Great name. And then we'll just accept that we're probably going to take a hit. How much movement do you have? I feel like these dodges are very problematic. Okay. It's going to be interesting to see how Lakeberg compares to what we're used to. Okay, so this is a pretty good bees. I hope propagate, you still can't propagate onto yourself. That would be a shame. Boom, boom, boom. Nope. I did put us in kind of a bad position here. Oh, that's a worse position. I'm fishing for these isolated, but I'm a little disappointed by the fact that isolated seems a lot less impactful. Like, I'm not getting those old-fashioned quality. Oh, come on, really? I want to get this one. Can I do it from here? This wall is the most difficult enemy I've come to face so far. I think I'm gonna... We're only regenerating 3 mana here. This is not great. But we'll thin that out. Hit you with that, and then unfortunately, I can't get this Clar to save my life. Like, what, if I ran to here, could I even get it? No. To here? Oh my gosh. This Clar is elusive to the extreme. Can I get around this one either? Nope. We're having vision issues for sure. This guy's not dying, so let's just... He's a little too close for comfort. Ooh, looks like the crit dialogue has changed slightly. Unclear. Okay, so this is the bees of dreams here. I'm liking how I'm feeling like we can go deep with our melee, but maybe that's just incorrect. And I am hallucinating. Someone's gonna have to come around and get rid of you. I don't have a great way to do it still. I feel like I've... Yeah, I feel like I have foolishly left myself hanging out to dry a little bit. But what's your dodge at? 87%? That would have to be a pretty accurate baddie to get in. That's what I'm hoping for, Bear. I'm hoping that the wall just ends up falling and crushing this stupid zombie. But yeah, so I don't think I've quite internalized how isolated and opportunist interact. But I think I'm starting to get a handle on it. It seems less easy to get out of here, you. Oh my gosh! And with the dodge too, the disrespect is off the charts. Actually, let's move to here. Yeah, I get that it kind of more, I won't say peanut butter spread, but it affects everything. But it seems a little harder to come by in its raw form. Let's see, we can take this guy out maybe. Lovely. Who still has some action? I'm going to step out and dodge up our caster. Now, we do have to hold someone in place still. That is our solemn responsibility. I think it's going to be this one here. We have 38, and you hit for 28. So you shouldn't be cracking our defenses. But yeah, I can't help but feel like the longbow struggles a little bit in this new design, just because only having 4 attacks on the longbow really hampers your options. Let's see, and we're just gonna dodge up. Nobody's got anything to do here, so let's do that. Yeah, because it was when it was 4, and if you got an isolated target, you were basically like guaranteed to be good. That was a slightly different setup than what we have now, which seems to be that you're not necessarily getting the kill. All right, well, it's sensor o'clock. I still really wish that Punch had itself a dedicated hotkey. Like P or something like that. That's probably taken by something else, but... Okay. We can do most of the work on this one with our melee now that I look at it. Oh, quite the sensor cluster over here. And then this one, 196. There we go. Oh, I forgot about this lake. Oh, the lake of Lakeberg. How could I forget? And this is 700. So let's punch it down, and then we're good. She's getting dangerously close. I could really go for a sensor overhaul. I still like the concept that that we workshopped at one point, where the mist sensors kind of, you hit them multiple times and they they kind of shrink back so that you can neutralize them a little quicker. I think that would be the beauty. I also feel like I'm going to go back to my old ways, Bear. I want more weapons for my people. I am tempted. I am almost too tempted by the prospect of second weapons at the moment. That dodge is coming in big. I'll fast forward a little bit of this. Ooh, that shouldn't have hit that one. That was a close one. That's the problem with fast forward. I get distracted. Got to keep our eye on the prize, as it were. 213. Beautiful. I don't know if it was just me hallucinating, but the game also felt like it started up faster. Everybody on my Steam friends list is 1000% playing Lost Ark right now. Everybody. Ooh, I was gonna say that was a little risky. There we go. How much does that have? 218. I think we can do one of these. There we go. Now we just need to close in on these last two. Okay, I didn't quite have the range on that one. And just barely had the range on this one. Walls causing fall damage would be pretty hilarious. home stretch here. Almost there. $208. This one is at 123. Just need to give it one punch. Beautiful. And I think we're going to have ourselves a extremely very flawless outcome here. 76, 78. Dunzo. Our distribution was okay. Lola, I don't know which one Lola is, but everybody got 2 levels, so that should be 2 perks for everybody. Very metaverse, you say? Sounds downright spooky. It seems like it's a very grindy MMO. That's my 2 cents, my interpretation. Where's our third person? Okay, so we're over here. We've got all the sensors on ice. Let's do some level ups. Ooh, double movement point. Yeah, let's get some movement points. We also need to figure out if what we're currently wearing is correct. Ooh, armor and mana. Since we don't have a kettle helm, I'm going to put this here. Reliability, accuracy, fur pants seem good. I think I want the medium worn armor is the one that I want. Yeah, that's a good trade. Baron's cape. I think I'd rather have... I probably would have taken those boots off, and I don't know if I would have replaced them, to be honest. -2 daily mana regen. I like my mana regen a lot. Definitely not putting it on our caster. We could put accuracy and armor there. Nah. I think these these spiked boots with crit power, I think are just trash. I'm just going to let those go. Everything else we'll hang on to. Okay, back to the question at hand. 3% physical damage or movement points? I'll take the movement points, I think. Oh my gosh, propagation bounces? Really? I think we need to pick up an XP perk early. Like, XP gain, I think, is a lot more valuable here than it was before. Propagation bounces on a melee. Are we going to be able to take advantage of that? Let's look at what our night reward is. Oh. Some adamantium armor. Some vicious boots with isolation on them. That's pretty tempting. Ooh. Oh, that attack turtle charm is just all the wrong things. It's looking like adamantium armor is the play here. Because I don't think the attack turtle charm works for us. Even though we're rolling poison. Like, we'd be taking it only for the poison. This, on the other hand, is a nice upgrade for our melee character. No, which one's our melee character? Not Patience. Is it Lola? Yeah, it's Lola. This is a huge upgrade for Lola. All right. That'll let her stay out a little longer and more aggressively. So both these are getting sold. Let's look at the shop. Not seeing any propagation melee weapons. The only real propagation melee weapon is the two-handed hammer, which I'm not seeing. The rusty axe seems not terrible. Let's upgrade our houses and get some workers going here. They're coming from up top here. This house always seems to be one of the worst placed houses. Then we get another, now we get a 3-fer. This one's nice and central, so let's grab that. Okay, coming back to this. Propagation bounces. I don't think we're in for it. I think we're going to grab some XP gain. Oh, I didn't look at what we had here. Escaped Slave for dodge, Nimble for dodge, Thick-skinned. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to grab an early experience gain, since we're not going to have Avid Learner. And then for our melee character, we have Fatality, which not interested that much in. When a unit dodges an attack from this hero, the next attack gets 10 accuracy, and we get every 3 dodges. I'm tempted to go for a dodge build here, but I don't think right away. I also haven't seen back protection. Maybe back protection is no more. Because our dodge is already at 30%, which is pretty strong. But the bonuses here aren't that great. I think coagulation is probably the better first pick. Well, so I haven't seen it at all, though. Fair. I realize that not everybody has it, but I figured we'd get a decent swath. So you're telling me back protection still exists. That is good to know. All about that range damage. Okay, you've seen it. Nice. And then I think we want to go isolation here. Oh yeah, that did change the tooltip. Interesting. Okay. So we have Perseverance, we have Cherry Picking, Septic Shock, Cheer, Leapfrog, or Potion Throw. I feel like this is a very bad combo of things here. Oh, and Perseverance is when a unit dodges the attack. I misread Perseverance. There's not a lot of good stuff here for us. I don't think. We could go for mana growth just to get some additional mana, but it seems less than awesome. When targeting an ice... let's grab Cherry Picking. It's a strong perk. We've used it before. And now, for our caster, take the magic damage. Take the green accuracy as well. And then we have... So we have Mana Shield. When a hero casts a spell, gain block. That seems like it's going to be pretty unimpactful. Because we're not planning on tanking a lot. I'm going to take Septic Shock since we're definitely slinging some poison. Okay. So we have 66 to potentially find some goods. I like the Silver Two-Handed Sword. I'm eyeing that. Although it has an inconvenient overlap with the hammer in the sense that it's like primary attack. Yeah, but it's still a lot stronger. Then we have a Journeyman's Tome and an offhand pistol. So we don't actually have a second ranged weapon. That's interesting. That's unusual, I feel like. But we're in a good position on that. I do like that the talents show up down here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to miss back protection, though, for sure. I'm just going to put down the one catapult. We can save our money, but we don't have... Oh, this is a level 1 mana pot. I really hate not having a second weapon on our ranged character, but I think the other two can carry pretty effectively. So let's put that theory to the test. We'll float the rest of our stuff. I think you need a special build for Mana Shield Bear. That's my intuition. I think with one of, like, I've always wanted to make, like, a stun melee caster. And I think for that, you'd be spending a bunch of mana, and you'd potentially become, like, an unkillable force